Hello, everybody. I'm happy to be back after summer break and I'm ready to entertain you with the new tarot readings. By the way, do you know that right now is the eclipse quarter? And if you always wanted to have a personal tarot readings, but you were hesitating for some reason, don't hesitate right now. Stop doing that. And if you're in a difficult situation right now, and you have some problems or you have question unanswered or you wonder when you will meet your one and only or you wonder when you will find the perfect job or you have some problems in your current situation, please message me on my email or direct message me in one of the social media. You will find the links under the video in the description, and I will be happy to be your guide in the tarot world, and hopefully I will help you to look at your situation from different perspective and find all the answers you want to find. Okay, and also guys, thank you for being so active on my baby channel. Thanks for the likes and comments. I had a blast reading them. And not all of them were nice though, but I am ready for that. I'm totally aware that I'm not a $100 bill to be liked by everyone. But I understand that my readings are too controversial and sometimes they're hard to watch especially for the fans, because it's hard to believe that your idol is not perfect. So please, I just warn you, all the fans of Blake Lively, please realize, if you're going to watch this video, realize that not everything that you will hear you will like. So please be careful. And okay, so I have a very complicated character for today's reading. As I've already mentioned, this is Mrs. Blake Lively, and I'm interested in her in the context of the Taylor Swift's reading. I did the reading for Taylor Swift over a month ago. And under this video, I got a comment from one of my beautiful viewers to do the reading for Blake Lively because they were best friends and something happened and they stopped being best friends and now they have a problem in their friendship. So actually, when I read the comment, I didn't understand what the deal was because I am not follower of Blake Lively or Taylor Swift. I don't know what the deal is, but I started searching for some information about this thing, and I even watched a couple of documentaries about it, what's happening in Blake Lively's life right now. And it's, I think this situation deserves a tarot reading, definitely, because it's so weird and unclear to me. So I want to know, I want to figure out what's happening, what's the real deal. So I will give you just a brief summary of what I understood from those documentaries. And if I am wrong, please correct me in the comments, because probably I could get it wrong. I could get some information wrong, all right? So Blake Lively was invited to work as an actress in a movie called It Ends With Us. And her partner was an actor named Justin Baldoni, who also was a director of this movie. And he could take some key decisions. But the role of an actress was not enough for Blake Lively. She wanted more powers. And she decided to file a lawsuit for Baldoni, blaming him on harassment. Kind of serious blaming, right? And she even addressed to Taylor Swift for support, but Taylor did not want to get into all this. She refused, of course, And Blake was so mad that she even started blackmailing her friend. And right now, she is in the middle of this process of the lawsuit, and we don't know how it's going to end. This is the brief, short information that I found. And as a tarot reader, I am impersonal here. I'm not taking anybody's side. And there are some questions that I want to ask, that I want to know. First of all, if the harassment really took place from Baldoni's side, and second of all, what happened between Taylor and Blake, what brought their friendship to an end, what exactly happened. So my plan for today is as follows. First of all, I want to know who is Blake as a person, her personality, because sometimes it gives you 70% of the time of the motives of somebody's actions. Second of all, I want to reveal what happened between her and Justin Baldoni. And third of all, I want to know what happened between her and Taylor, why they stopped talking and why their friendship was brought to an end. And of course, I will try to see if they're going to be friends again and how they feel about it, of course. And in the end, I will try to find out how will the trial between Blake and Justin end, in whose favor. Okay, let's go. The first part of the reading, Blake Lively's personality. Who she is as a person and her nature. The nature and who is she as a person. The judgment on the bottom. She's judged right now. Very interesting. So, what is the nature of Blake Lively? What's the nature? What's her nature? Okay, so the first card, 8 of Wands, 7 of Cups, and the Fool. Covered with the Emperor. Okay, very controversial cards. Her bad sides, her minuses, her bad sides of the character. 5 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Her good sides of her character, her pluses. 5 of Pentacles, hello. King of Cups and the Hermit. All right, so how do people see her? Queen of Pentacles, 9 of Sticks, 9 of Wands, the Strength. How does she see other people? 8 of Swords. The Magician, 2 major arcanas, the Empress and the Magician. Her secret, 6 of Cups, 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands, sorry, and King of Cups. And the shadow side of her personality. Knight of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, and the Devil, the shadow side. Okay, she's not that simple, guys, as she may seem, as we see her. The final triplet, okay, 2 of Wands, the Temperance, and 9 of Swords. Okay, I'll show you that so that you could see the cards better. Okay, so at the first glimpse, we may say that she is a very passionate and she is a very active person. She is very active. She's energetic. She's more of an extrovert. She's an extroverted person. She may say stuff and only think afterwards what she has said. She can insult other people with her words. She can curse somebody. She takes a stable position in the society, but what's interesting is that this stable position is only in her head, in her imagination. She thinks that she is taking this stable position in the society, and she has some sort of powers over other people. But in reality, it's not really so. She is, as I've already said, she's very energetic, and she tends to impulsive decisions. Like there is a flash in her head of some idea, and she thinks that she needs to do it immediately, right here, right now. Very often these decisions turn out to be wrong and even play against her. Blake Lively is a person who lives in her own world that she created. You see, the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Swords, these two cards show us that she created a world where she is a queen, where there are only two possible opinions, hers and the wrong one. If you don't share her opinion, if you don't agree with this, then you're not going to be her friend. She's not going to pay too much attention to you, you know? This is what kind of person she is. But at the same time, she realizes her powers over other people, and sometimes she even can be nice to other people, like mother. That's why people go to her, for advice, for something like that, for friendship. She can be a nice person, but she's quite selfish and wants everything to be her way. And her shadow side of the personality, we see the devil here. It means that she has a bad mouth. She can curse somebody. She can argue with people. She can talk bad things behind people's backs. Something like that. She is that kind of person who smiles to your face, and as soon as you leave, she will talk about your haircut, your makeup, the way you walk, the way you talk, something like that. She is this kind of person. I call it a shallow person. It's my personal description for people like that who talk about the physical appearance. So she can actually do that according to the devil, and together with Four of Swords, and together with the Knight of Pentacles. See, she is a latent aggressor. This is what I would call. She's a competitive person, but in a good way. If she sees somebody more successful than her, she wants to achieve the same success. Probably this is why she surrounds herself with successful people. But at the same time, she tends to be depressed all the time. She is not satisfied with what she has. And sometimes, like, everything is okay. She is rich. She has a good family and all that. And it seems like you achieved all that, but she still is not satisfied. She wants more. And she is that type of a girl who is concentrated on even the small failures in her life, even though they mean nothing to her, and they do not influence her life or her family or her career. But she still can be depressed and think about them and try to change them, even the small ones, even the tiny ones. As for her secret, I see that she had some struggle when she was a child, and this struggle connected to a grown up, like her significant grown up. I mean, her parent or her grandparent or someone else who was very close to her, and that person had bad habits, like he was drinking probably a lot, and that killed her, and she struggled through it, and she managed to escape. I don't know, guys, if you know the story of Blake Lively's life, please share with me in the comments, because this is what I see in her secret, that she keeps it as a secret, that she had a struggle against a grown-up who had drinking problems. If you know something about it, please share it with me. I want to know. Probably after the reading, I will go to the internet and try to find some information about her childhood, what was there. But we see Six of Cups. It's a childhood card, something that happened in the past when she was a child. The card of struggling, the Seven of Wands, and the card King of Cups. I read it as a negative card because it's next to the negative card. Seven of Wands is a negative card, so I read it as in a negative context, all right? But she managed to get away with it, but she still has it in her mind, and it brings her some sufferings. I guess this is all I wanted to tell you about her personality. To sum it up, Blake Lively is not a simple person. She's a complicated girl, and I can understand why people make friends with her, because she can be nice, she can be kind to people and supportive. But at the same time, the main point is that she is very active. Sometimes she's even aggressive to people, especially to those she doesn't like or to those she doesn't know. And she lives in her own world, in a pink glasses, I guess. She doesn't take herself in an adequate manner. She probably thinks that she is better than she is. I don't know if it's good trait of character or bad one, but this is who she is. And right now, let's do the reading on her and Justin Baldoni, what happened between them. Okay, let's see what really happened between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. What really happened? What was the situation between them? Let's see. What happened between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively? Two of Wands on the bottom. Let's go. What really had happened? The Ace of Wands, Eight of Cups, the Empress, and cover it with the World, two major arcanas. Okay, the next question. What did Justin think about it? What did Justin think about it? His thoughts. The Tower. The High Priestess. Three of Cups. And the Lovers. Okay, what did Blake think about it? What did Blake Lively think about it? Nine of Pentacles. Okay. King of Cups. The Lovers. And Nine of Wands. Okay, so it's either you or me. Why did she sue Justin? What was the real reason of her suing Justin? Wheel of Fortune, okay, Ace of Swords, and the Star. And let's take the final triplet to summarize everything. The final triplet: Four of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Emperor. Okay, it's quite clear for me now. So let's analyze the cards. What happened between them? The Ace of Wands symbolizes the new beginning, the new project, the meaningful project. And for woman to shine in this project, the man should leave, according to the Eight of Cups. A man should leave this project. This was in the woman's head, those thoughts. So he had to leave this project. That's why Blake decided that she should be the one. She thought that her ideas, her offers to the project are better and would make the project more successful. And the man, he should just leave the position that he's taken. And when she decided that, she thought that she had the protection that she needed, that there are some people who would help her to achieve her point. You see, she realized when she made this choice that she would manage to do it just because she felt that she had a protection from somebody very, very loyal and very powerful. And for Justin Baldoni, this decision of hers was like thunderstorm in the nice day. The tower, it was so sudden and so unexpected. And he, according to the high priestess, he didn't expect that from her. They were so nice together. They had so good relationship. You see, Two of Cups, Three of Cups. They had so much fun together. They spent so much time together. You may even say that they were close friends during this project. They were not just partners. They really had a good time. And he was shocked with her decision. It really killed him for some time, you know? And the high priestess symbolizes that he didn't expect that from her, from Blake, from anyone else but not her. Why did she sue Justin? Well, because she thought it was a good way to achieve her dream, to become more famous, more popular. And she was greedy for that fame. And she thought that she would have a certain support from somebody. You see, the final cards, the final triplet, the Emperor, she was sure that there would be someone who would give her a certain support. That's why she decided to do that. She was sure that she would achieve success here. Well, I guess the cards answered all my questions. They gave me very good answer and readable answers. And now I want to see her relationship with Taylor Swift. What happened between them? Okay, so now let's analyze what's happening right now between Blake and Taylor Swift. What's happening between them right now, and what was their friendship to each other, and what do they think, what do they both think about the whole situation. Okay, so the first question is, what's happening between Blake Lively and Taylor Swift right now. What's happening between them right now, at the moment of the reading? What's happening between these two ladies, Blake Lively and Taylor Swift, right now at the moment? Okay. So the first card, a King of Cups, Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and Nine of Cups. Okay. So, what was the conflict between them? What was the reason of their conflict? The Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Chariot. Okay. The next question is, what does Taylor think about Blake? What does Taylor think about Blake? The Knight of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Hierophant. What does Blake think about Taylor? Three of Wands, Two of Wands, and Four of Wands. Oh, 3, 2, 3, 4, and all ones. Interesting combination. We see that Blake is passionate to bring her back. The next question is, what did their friendship mean to Taylor? What did their friendship mean to Taylor? The Lovers, Four of Pentacles, and the Strength. And what did their friendship mean to Blake? Seven of Cups, Five of Cups, and Seven of Swords. Okay. And now let's do the final triplet. The Death, Five of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. No, they're not going to be friends again. The spoiler. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is on the bottom. It means that there is something karmic about what's happening between them right now. It's something fatal about it. They're not going to be friends again. And what's happening between them right now? Each of the girls stay on her side, keep her mind. Taylor is trying to protect what she has already, and Blake tries to prove her right. She tries to prove that what she did was right. There is probably a man, a person who tries to make them be friends again, who tries to organize their talking and stuff like that, but they don't want to do that. Each of the girls stand on her way. Why did the conflict happen? Because Blake decided that she could do something that in reality she couldn't do. She took too much on herself. She reevaluated her powers, if we can say that. You see, the Page of Wands shows that she's not that competent to take the decisions that she has taken according to the Chariot. And she did it for big money, of course. So this is what happened. To Taylor, it was a betrayal. She was so mad at her. The Knight of Swords show us that she was too mad at her. She probably yelled at her on the phone. she felt betrayed. And according to Hierophant, she thought that, oh my God, I've always known that she's such kind of person, that I had to know that she could do that. That there was a situation in the past that could teach Taylor that Blake was not the one to trust. And to Blake, I think she still doesn't understand what she did. She didn't understand what happened because there are ones cards, and like she probably calls her all the time, tries to talk to her, tries to explain herself. But Taylor, she doesn't want to do that. She is too insulted. But when I look at the cards that show me what their friendship meant to each other, I don't see the sincere friendship, neither from Taylor nor from Blake. Taylor, it was her choice to be friends with Blake, and she wanted to show her power, Taylor's power. It's like when you are friends with the person who is less successful than you are or less pretty than you are, it makes you feel better. Here, I don't want to say that Blake was an ugly friend. She's not ugly, of course. She is pretty, and Taylor is pretty as well. So I think Taylor felt that she is stronger than Blake in any way. She is more successful. She can give Blake something that she wants, but she doesn't have. And that's why that made her feel good. You know what I mean? And for Blake, friendship with Taylor was nothing but achieving her own goals, to success, to money, to circle of people who could give you the ticket to the successful future. So something like that. And the final triplet shows us that they're not going to be friends again. They're so disappointed in each other that it's nothing to work on anymore. They will probably, like when they meet in a public event, they will say hi to each other. They will probably smile to each other, shake hands, talk a little bit, but nothing more. They're not going to be close. And the Eight of Pentacles tells us that they will work on their relationship in the future because, as far as I'm aware, Taylor is a godmother for Blake's kids. So they will have to build on some kind of relationship. So they will work on it in the future. So now I want to see the future, how the trial will end for Justin and Blake, in whose favor. So how will it end for Blake? Eight of Swords, the Moon, the Magician, and for Justin, the Emperor, Three of Wands, and 10 of Wands. Okay, so let's add one more card. The World, the Devil, for Blake. Okay, so let's specify these major arcanas. The Death, the Hanged Man again, and the Knight of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. What I want to say, Justin is completely aware that the truth and the law is on his side. He hasn't done anything wrong. And he will go out as a winner. And of course, it is hard for him right now, physically, emotionally, and so on. But he will be the winner in this situation. And as for Blake, she knew from the very beginning that she was lying, that path she has chosen was wrong, completely wrong. And now she realizes that, and she plays the victim. She's going to play the victim. She's going to make people think that it wasn't her fault, she just misunderstood and stuff like that. But in the end, you see that ace of sticks is going, that stick is going to hit her on the head. Hopefully it will teach her something. It will teach her a lesson that you should not blame others on fake harassments, especially if you know from the very beginning that it never happened. So, guys, I hope that the truth will prevail in this case and everything will be okay to every participant of this case, and everybody will be happy. That's all that I wanted to tell you about Blake Lively and her wicked games. Please like, share, and comment on this video if you have something to say. And subscribe to my channel not to miss more interesting tarot readings. Next time I'm preparing something extremely exciting for you. Don't miss it out. Thanks for watching. Bye. Take